Alright, Physical Sciences Paper 1 2024 Free State Preliminary Exam. Okay, so it's all about Newton's law, right? Newton's law of motion. So let us take a look at it. It says a doll is suspended by two light inextensible strings from the ceiling in the corner of a room. String A makes an angle of 40 degrees with the ceiling and string B makes an angle of 90 degrees with the wall. The tension in string A is 12,2 newtons. Okay, and then 2.1.1 state Newton's first law of motion in weights. State Newton's first law of motion in weights. Alright, Newton's first law of motion in weight, right? So it says that an object will remain in its state of rest or motion at a constant velocity unless a non-zero resultant force acts on it. An object will remain in its state of rest or motion at a constant velocity unless a non-zero resultant force acts on it. That is for 2 marks. Right, and then 2.1.2, calculate the magnitude of the vertical component of the tension in string A. In string A, we are looking for the vertical component. Right, guys, we have an angle here. The tension, this tension A, it makes an angle of 40 degrees with the ceiling, right? So if that's the case, then there is horizontal component of this tension. There is also a vertical component, right? So in other words, here we are looking for the vertical component. So let's try to draw maybe a triangle. I'm trying to show you something here, right? Yeah, it's bad, but yeah. So we have 40 degrees here, right? And then we have a tension here, which is 12,2, right? And then the horizontal component, here is the horizontal component. We will just say it's the Tx, which is the horizontal component of tension, and then here we have the vertical component, so that is Ty. Right here we have a vertical component, which is Ty. So we are looking for this, the magnitude of this Ty. So Ty is the opposite side because it's opposite to 40 degrees, and then 12,2 is our hypotenuse side because it is the longest side. So which trig ratio can we use? Opposite over hypotenuse, definitely that is sine. So we will say sine of 40 degrees is equals to opposite, which is Ty, over hypotenuse, which is 12,2. Therefore we can just cross multiply. This is over 1 here, so we can therefore cross multiply. Therefore Ty is going to be equals to 12,2 multiplied by sine 40 degrees, that is equal to 7,84 newtons, and that is for 2 marks, right? And then let us take a look on the next question, which says calculate the mass of the doll. So I expected the question that is going to ask us to draw a free body diagram, but it's okay, because it's very important to know how to draw free body diagram. You can't tackle Newton's law questions without free body diagram. Free body diagram is there to help you know the direction of the forces and which forces are you dealing with, right? So let me try to draw it for the doll, the free body diagram of the doll. So we have obvious, we have the force of gravity. This one is obvious, right? And then we also have the tension at B. We have tension at B, and then we also have the tension at A. Now this tension at A, because now it makes an angle, there is a horizontal component, and there is also vertical component, and we just calculated that vertical component. So now If I were to ask you, what do you know about Fg? Fg, which is force of gravity, right? You know that Fg is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration due to gravity, which is constant, right? Which is constant. But now we don't have Fg, right? We do not have Fg. So let's try to find Fg using our free body diagram. Fg is a vertical component, and we also have the vertical component at TA, which is equal to 7,84. So now, because they are the only two vertical components, right? The vertical component of tension at A and also Fg, they are only two vertical components. It means they are equal. So we will say Fg is equal to the tension at Y, right? Which is equal to 7,84 newtons. So therefore we can just substitute this 7,84 here, 7,84, which is equal to mass multiplied by, we know acceleration due to gravity is a constant, which is equal to 9,8. Right, therefore you can just divide by 9,8 on both sides, right? And then this cancels this, and then your mass is equal to 7,84 divided by 9,8 is going to give us 0,8, right? 0,8 kilograms, and that's how you calculate the mass, right?